Hello. I am not going to stay for long. I mean, I don't even know why I'm saying this every time because I don't want to stay for long. I have specific subjects for now, and yeah, me going live on YouTube is a big deal already. So all right. So today I want to talk about my spiritual side and my spiritual gifts and growing up having those gifts. And I have my notes right here and I forgot to add something, not to forget what I want to say. All right. So let's go. I grew up being super ashamed of my spiritual. I'm stressing out. I'm stressing out. I don't know why I'm stressing out talking about that. And I'm going to actually I'm going to explain why because I know why I always been so ashamed and it's I'm way better when it comes to that, but like okay, so I grew up being feeling ashamed of talking spirituality, opening myself to my spiritual side, and also just just being aware of my spiritual gifts. I would think, that I'm crazy. I would think that, I don't know, I would think that um, if I was like seeing something, oh, it's probably a trick of light, or it's probably my mind making up something, whatever, right? It's coming from my eyes. Maybe I have a problem with my eyes. Maybe whatever. If I'm feeling other people's energy and feelings, I'm like, oh no, it's probably coming from me. Like just super ashamed. And talking about my spiritual beliefs, like the fact that I believe in energies and I believe in, reincarnation, it always been very stressful for me. And now I'm more open. I mean, to the point that I created a YouTube channel where I'm like talking about my spiritual journey, right? But my my family, they know that I'm spiritual. My friends, they know that I'm spiritual. Also, some of my friends are spiritual. Um, but like they have no idea of how spiritual I am. Like I'm stressing out the day they will find this channel. That's how much I'm like still unconfident about my spiritual gifts. But this is just me learning, me being unapologetically myself, me opening myself to the world and not to care what other people think of it. So anyway, that's why it's still very hard for me to talk about subject like, I've seen a guy channeling a multidimensional being. Oh, what are multidimensional beings? Okay, so extraterrestrials. You know what I mean? Or I'm a star seed. What is a star seed? Well, I believe, actually, I was about to say you believe, but like I believe in souls, right? And I believe the fact that souls are reincarnating. Well, my first incarnations happen outside on Earth. Yeah, and actually, I'm what is called a light worker. So I incarnated on Earth to help the planet go into the fifth dimension. Yeah, like I'm super open to talk about that with people that are sharing the same beliefs and things like that, right? But like talking about that to people that are more like close-minded, because even people that there's people, they are open-minded, they might not share the same belief, but like they're open, right, to have a discussion about that. They're open, and even if they don't believe in all of that, they are not going to judge you, right? And I'm super afraid, I guess, to get judged by people that are in my family, like people from my family, friends and stuff, like people that know me personally for some reason. People that I don't know, I don't give a shit. I don't if you don't know me, I don't know you, and like you're commenting something like you are crazy. I won't give a shit because I don't know you, so you don't have an impact in my life at all. But yeah, like thinking of the fact that they might see these videos, and I'm going to show, like, one day, trust me, I will show this channel, and I have milestones before. But anyway, all that to say that, yeah, still learning. And okay, so the gift that I grew up realizing that I had. The I'm going to start with the what I don't know, from my perception, I'm seeing this as the craziest one, which is talking to my higher self. Yeah, so I grew up, well, I was young, I was very young when I decided to cut the link, which, okay, so when I would do something, whatever, when I was a kid, right? Like I don't know, I would do something, or lie, let's say, like, lie to my parents about something, and I would be like a kid, right? I would feel not even really judged by myself. It's not that. It's just so uncomfortable. It's kind of like, I used to say I was hearing a voice, but it was not a voice per se. It was like more a feeling that would, I don't know, like, it's more a feeling that that is very strong, and so strong to the point that I put words, like, there's words into this feeling. I don't know how to explain that. It's really weird, but, like, anyway, that I would feel like so bad, and then I would go back to my parents and say I just lied, like 2 seconds afterwards, which they will always laugh about it, but like, I like, for everything. If I was saying something mean to someone, I would feel so bad, and it's not just I feel so bad. It's like I would have. It's not a voice, but like, let's say a voice telling me like, Lila, go back and say sorry. Lila, go back and say you just lied. Lila, this, and it's not a voice, okay? It was a feeling, and I knew it was not coming entirely like from me. So weird. I don't know. I just learned. I learned like not long ago that it's actually my higher self. But like back then, I was like, what the heck? So anyway, so I decided to just cut the link. I don't know how I did that. I just was aware that I could do it, and I decided to do it. And then afterwards, I was no longer feeling that or hearing that. Like, so weird. So weird. It's so weird. I don't know. Anyway, all that to say, being an empath. So that I always knew. I was always like aware. And I used to say to my friends, like, it's so weird, but I feel like I can read people's mind. And I know you can be like, girl, you say you're ashamed of your spiritual side, and you say this to your friends, but like, it was easier to say that, and it was the easiest gift that I had, that I could say it. Like, anyway, just the easiest one to accept, because people kept telling me like, oh, you're really good at like analyzing people, or like, how do you know what I feel, like, when I didn't show anything, or like, what, like, even someone telling me, can you just like stop telling me how I feel, especially before I'm realizing myself that I'm feeling that, because it's making me uncomfortable, and I don't know how you do that. So like, it was, people were aware of that, like, it's super obvious. So it was easier for me to accept it, because people were accepting this, you see. So actually, it's not reading people's mind that I'm doing. It was like reading energies, I guess, but like, it's just feeling their emotions. All right. And also something that I don't know if it's related to being an empath, to read energies and to read also upcoming energies. I think I like to include it into the empath side, that I have, but like, it might be something entirely different. But I would have this, it's clear sentence. So I would have this deep feeling that something would happen. And it's not just a deep feeling, it's like I know that it's going to happen. I have no doubt, as if someone just told me, hey, I'm going to come in like 10 minutes, but this person never told me this. But I know that this person is going to come in 10 minutes. I have no doubt. It's the same feeling, right? So I don't know where it's coming from, but every time it would happen, and once again, my friends, I would do this because I would not control this, right? Like it would be a feeling that is coming like to me out of nowhere. And sometimes it would happen like when I would like go out with friends, right? And we would be in an apartment and we would, like put some makeup and stuff. And I would have the feeling that I would be like, oh, I think we're about to like meet two guy. Like, it's just some out of nowhere, out of nowhere. It's like very specific. And then it would happen, right? But like it would be like very specific things, not just, oh, we're going to meet people out, like because we would. It's like, I don't know, like at some point I was about to go work, right? And like I go work. There's nothing that is telling me that this will happen, but I knew that I would get Coca-Cola that night. It's it's random. I'm telling you, it's coming from random stuff. And I was like, why am I thinking that? Like, how? No, there's no Coca-Cola in my job. There, like, and I'm working by myself. Like, what the fuck? And actually, um, someone came and gave me a Coca-Cola. Like, oh, like, here you go. It was actually my birthday today, and I kept one for you. And first of all, I had no idea that it was the birthday of this person, and like, and there's no clue that I would know that before either. So it's like random stuff like this, and my friends got used to it, and especially one that is still in my life right now, and she would always like make fun of it, like not make fun in a bad way, but like, so Lila, like what is about to happen? Like tell me tonight. Like, and I would be like, I don't know, I don't control it. So it's clear since because I don't have, it's not flash of things that it's not images, like it's literally like the deep knowing that is going to happen. All right. And the last one, and I'm going to stop right there because there's a few weird things that are happening in my life, like weird spiritual things, but I want to keep them for me for now. It's the fact that, oh yeah, I'm seeing flash of lights, which I think I always saw them, but I decided to ignore them. And because I would be like, maybe it's my eyes, maybe it's a trick of the light, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, but like, maybe it's your spiritual gifts. No, that wasn't an option. So when I became more spiritual and I opened myself a little bit more to my spiritual side, I was still super ashamed back then, but like I contacted like a psychic that told me, oh yeah, it's angels. I was like, okay, so I'm able to see angels, is what you mean, I guess. And I see them as I think it's like spiritual guides, which I guess, listen, I don't know if it's her way to say that I was seeing spiritual guides or if angels are different than spiritual guides. I don't know. But I do believe that it's spiritual guides, and it lasts like 1 second. And okay, so it's like different colors. So I see the light, the white light, which it's like random. It can be right next to a person. It can be, so I don't know if it's just my spiritual guides. I don't know if it's like other people's spiritual guides also that I'm seeing. I have no idea. So anyway, it's just the white ones, I'm seeing them the most, and it appears as if it's like quite random. But okay, so the blue ones, it's when I'm sad, like when I'm super sad, when I'm crying a lot, like when I'm depressed or whatever, like I'm going to see the blue ones, and I feel like the blue ones, they last longer. I think the longest was like 3 seconds, and it was like, whoa, it was crazy, and it was so weird. and it was like a blue light, and I think it's healing energy. I don't know how to explain that. I think it's healing energy, so maybe it's like healing beings. I don't know. I have no idea. It's still super weird. And yeah, when the psychic told me, oh yeah, it's angels, because I was so ashamed still of my spiritual side, and even if I was way more open to talk about that to someone that, you know, were into that and were like aware and open to her spiritual gifts, it was still weird for me. So I would take whatever she would say, but like I would never ask more questions. and and also when I did, she told me, oh yeah, you're spiritual guys, they don't really want you to know that. so, so yeah. um so anyway, all that to say that I didn't ask more questions about that. I wish I did, but like I know I will have the response, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, so and then lately I've realized that I'm seeing, okay, it's like black ones, right? But it's like white, like it's like a small white dots around, and around there's like a dark shadow around this light, but like it's like a really tiny light, and around there's like black shadow around it. And it's when I'm judging myself, when I'm in a bad environment, when I'm around someone that is very negative or something like that, I'm going to see them, the black ones. So I don't know if it's like dark entities, I guess. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Like it's just, it's super new to me. So like, and when I say super new, it's like me being aware of them, which it's so weird. Like it's I know that I saw them pretty much all my life. Like I couldn't even say like when I started to see them, because I know like they always been there for some reason, but like it's just yeah, I guess I was ignoring it or thinking that it was something else. And then when I was turning my attention to it, I was still so ashamed by it. So I would pretty much like be like, okay, like, you know, seeing them like, all right, like, and never like, never, I don't know how to say, like, never really going too much into that, right? So yeah, even when she told me, oh yeah, it's angels, I was like, oh, wait. Like, all right, cool, I'm seeing angels. Um, and yeah, so weird. And also, oh yeah, at that time, I was frustrated because when she said that, when the psychic told me, oh yeah, you're like, she didn't say you're able to see angels. She said, oh yeah, it's angels, because I was telling her, I'm seeing different colors sometimes, you know, like what I'm saying to you right now, right? And she said, oh yeah, it's angels. And I was like, does it means that there's people that are seeing that and that they're seeing angels, but it doesn't mean that this is what I'm seeing? Like it doesn't mean that this is my case, because is she talking in a general way, or did she really tap into her gift to see my gift, and she's like, yeah, you are able to see those. You know, that was how unconfident I was to my own gifts, right? So, so yeah, I needed like an external validation, and yeah. Anyway, so that's it. That's what I wanted to share today. And just tell me if you have spiritual gifts and what are those spiritual gifts, and if people, oh yeah, I'm really interested to know if people around you are like aware of your gifts and how they reacted the first time you said them. You said them the first time you talked about them, and you know what I mean? Like, or if they were aware of this before you, like, let me know. I'm really curious. That's it. So take care of yourself, and I see you, I don't know when, for